Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I have a lease that I purchased in the last year or two there, but just heard about you guys. The lease is for the next 2 more years left on it there. I wondering if I should ever get out of it, pay out of the lease there to get some money, not necessarily money back there, but pay a lease there. Sell the car or get out of the lease to be able to pay some of my debt.
Yeah, it's a great question. What are you paying a month?
$1,500.
Oh,
Oof.
what kind of car is it?
Mercedes GLE 350.
Well, the
Yeah,
GL is
that's
pretty nice.
nice.
Pretty nice car.
Good taste, Henry. You got some good taste.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But it's eating you alive, and it's not worth it.
Yeah,
so
it's not
we
worth
we got to get it out of here, right? Okay.
Is
there a lot of,
yeah, so I'm like that.
Give us the terms of where you are. Walk us through the terms.
All right. So if I were to terminate my payoff right now, it'd be about $60,000 there to pay off there. I've heard you guys talking about it, so I looked on the Kelley Blue Book, and it's about, you get $47,000 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Was that private sale?
So, and I was that? Yeah, that's
private sale.
Yeah, so on
Yeah.
Kelley Blue Book private sale.
So that would leave you with $13,000 that you would owe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have any cash, Henry?
Not much, no.
Okay. What do you make a year?
So I make about $250,000.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, that's great.
So you would need another car, correct?
Correct.
To be able, to replace it.
Yeah, so we got to replace. So we got the $13,000 that you would then owe, and then we've got the cost of a replacement car. But with your income, you can get something decent if you really work on your budget, right?
Yeah, that would be my goal because 2 more years of this.
Oof.
I mean, that's a lot, right? So
It's a good amount. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So
because I'm according to you guys, I was just, this is the first time I ever thought that I'm broke, but I do have a good amount of debt as well too, over $1 million debt.
Okay, so give me the rest of your financial picture. I'm just curious where you're at.
So I student loans $180,000,
Mm-hmm.
credit card debt about $70,000,
Okay.
and then mortgage is about $690,000.
Okay. Whew, Henry, you've been living the life, haven't you?
Yes, me and my wife. So I guess let me rephrase that because I know you mentioned total income. My wife is making $100,000, so a total is $350,000.
Okay.
So I'm $250,000.
You guys have plenty of money. You just got to get under control.
Yes, and and that's the other thing too. They're trying to go from that life to hearing about you guys and change my life completely. Like
Totally.
I'm like, let's go hard, and my wife is like, what are you talking about there? So it's definitely different and hard there to actually talk to her about it as well too, just the budget.
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally. And I think, Henry, too, just as a piece of advice, usually when people are in your position, the one that kind of hears, okay, there's a different way we can do this, and you go in and tell your wife, we're going to stop shopping and stop eating out, she's probably like, what the, Henry, what are you talking about? You've lost your mind. So I think approaching her in that aspect is the why. So I am curious, Henry, for you, what has caused you up to this point living the way you have with money, both of you, and then you hear us, which is very counter how you've been living. What's been appealing about that? Like, what is it in you that's like, oh my gosh, I want that side of money, not what I've been doing?
The idea of freedom.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to talk with you, but I'm like holding my breath, and like the heaviness of just owing so much money, like the fact that I'm like, wait a second, I'd never thought about how much I owe and how much debt I'm in. I've always been thinking about right now how much I owe for the month.
Yep.
Versus like when I calculated it all after talking to you guys or listening to you guys, I was like, I owe $1 million. Like, what in the world?
Yep.
And I'm like, I can't do this anymore, especially when the wife says, oh, I'd love to have a new summer kitchen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We have no money for that.
Yeah, that's right. So Henry, that's what I want you to communicate to her is I can't breathe. Like and we hear that a lot, Henry, that you're not the only one. It's this level of stress and anxiety and weight because you don't own your life. Somebody, these credit
Yeah.
cards, right? Everything owns you. And it's exhausting. And to your
Exactly.
point, we work hard and I feel like I have no money, right? When I ask you how much money you have saved,
Exactly.
it's like,
and
I
that's
don't
what
have
I'm
it.
thinking. And we work
Yep.
so much hard, like
That's
overtime
right.
sometimes too. And I'm like, how am I having nothing at the end of the paycheck there? I'm like,
right.
is this what everyone does? I don't understand this.
Right, exactly. So how much do you guys bring home a month? I was trying to do it with taxes and everything, but when you guys get paid, how much per month are you bringing in, both you and your wife?
So I think I'm about 12 to 13,000, and
Okay.
she is about 4,000. So I would say about 16, 17, 16,000.
16,000. Okay, and that's after taxes. Are you guys funding retirement?
Yes. Yes.
Wait a second.
We have been
Wait a
putting in
second.
retirement.
Wait. You make $350,000 a year. You do.
Yes. No. Yes. So total.
Total. So I don't understand those take home numbers. What is your take home? Yours, just you.
Just me, about 16,000. I'm sorry, 12,000 for me.
And you're off of
because you asked about putting into retirement. Yes, I've been putting into the retirement.
yeah, off of gross. So what's your gross? Your gross and her gross.
Total gross is 350.
Right, you're 250. She's
100, and then after taxes,
okay.
retirement, insurance, like after all of that, right? What hits?
I just felt like her take
Yes.
home was really low. Off of a
Yeah,
$100,000 salary, her take home only being
4,000.
$4,000. That
Yeah, that's
felt
true.
low to me. So I just don't know if you know your numbers. And the only reason I'm calling that out is part of this problem is you don't really know your numbers.
Yeah.
Or she's having way too much withholding taken out. And at this point, you're brand new to us. Rachel, explain the retirement should be paused and all of that right now to bring in as much as they can.
Yeah, for sure. So Henry, the whole concept, you guys really need to dig in, because if you're getting a big tax refund every year, that's money back in the paycheck that may not be shown here. I would be pausing retirement. I'd be pausing everything. And you and your wife, again, sitting down and saying, hey, together, it's going to be really hard to do this without her. So I want Henry to be as honest and vulnerable with her tonight and just talk about how scared you are,
Can you guys
honestly.
be on the phone with me?
I know we can't. We'll coach you. No, but
Probably should have had her on this call.
yeah, and to show her the realization, and the truth is, Henry, for your own mental sake, you guys can't keep doing this, right? I mean, you're going to hit a breaking point eventually, and so for you guys, it's going to look different, and so I would sit down with her and just say, hey, here's where I want to go. Here's the goals I want to have, and you can kind of map them out ahead of time, just to say, okay, we have, almost $1 million, not including the mortgage, but the credit cards, the student loan, all of it, mapping it out to say with our income and doing a budget and saying, if we just cut everything. And Henry, to your point, this is going to be a 180 from the lifestyle you guys have been living. You've been living kind of the high life and enjoying life. And it's to get out of this, we always say you can wander your way into debt. You cannot wander your way out. And so there has to be an intentional plan.
That's right.
But gosh, I mean, in 3 or 4 years, you guys could have a completely different life, financially speaking.
Oh, I think so.
And you getting a side hustle, Henry.
I would love that.
Yeah, adding more income and all of that. So, if you stay on the line, Henry, Christian is going to pick up, and we're going to give you Financial Peace University for you and your wife to sit down together and go through it. It's our 9-lesson course, and this gives you the basics. And so she can get mad at us, not you, delivering the information.
And Henry, I would say this. I think do what Rachel said as far as your approach to her, but I think you need to show her you mean business by you getting rid of that car.
Yep.
That will show her. You're not just talking.
Get it out of here.
You're making some sacrifice. And then one of these days, you'll be driving one of those bad boys again, but it'll be cash.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.